This is a really fun little how-to, just messing around in the woods and learning a few new skills. Skill number 1, the 180 endo. So hopefully you already know how to do an endo, and that's really a case of getting your hips up and forward to weight the front tyre and using your front brake to send your weight up and forward. If you start going over the bars, just let off your front brake and the rear wheel should drop. Now, to chuck a big twist into it, you literally, as you're going forward, turn the bars and turn your shoulder in the way you want to go. Now, it takes a bit of practice trying to stay upright, because to begin with, you might find that you go to the outside and lose your balance that way. So keep practicing and try and land right above your bike. So that twisting motion to me feels like I get my head and shoulders right up and over the bar, dip this shoulder in, grab the front brake at that same time as well. And that's when I'm also pushing my feet and hips to the outside of the corner. All those three things in one go, really kick that back wheel out. Just try and be nice and smooth with this. Don't want to just throw your rear wheel down, stick loads of weight on it because you could end up bending your rear wheel. So nice and smooth, light movements to begin with. So you'll probably find one way is much easier than the other, and it depends which foot forward you ride. So I ride left foot forward, and I find swinging the bike out to the left is easier. Now let's move it on and roll out of it. So don't meet the 180 with any resistance from your pedals. Try and let your pedals spin backwards, pick up your front wheel, spin out of it, and ride out in one go. Number 2, the coaster wheelie. It's one of my most favourite things to do ever. Find yourself a bit of downhill trail or a fire road, stand up, do your wheelie, but as soon as you get the front wheel up, sit down onto your saddle, and it's all about getting the front wheel up nice and high. So the trick to this is really learning how to trust and use your back brake to stop yourself from looping out. Use a bit of pedal as well, but really it's about being super relaxed, staying sat down and relying on your back brake. So with the coaster wheelie, I'm actually sat behind that balance point at all times. So I'm ready to loop out, but I'm really just using that back brake and that friction to sort of keep me in that sweet spot. Right, now let's use the wheelie for a circus trick, round the tree. Right, so stick your bike in a super easy gear, stick your seat up. Obviously you need to use your back brake, so use your hand to grab the tree that isn't holding the back brake, wheelie up and grab onto that tree. And actually, you'd be surprised how easy this trick is to do. It's a case of just sort of metering my rear brake. Try and find yourself a tree with a nice big flat space around it, or even a lamppost, that might be a bit easier. It's hours of fun. Try and keep a lot of resistance against the pedals. If you use too much back brake, you'll probably lose your momentum and drop that front wheel. And try and keep the tree at arm's length. If you start getting in too close, you'll start hitting the tree or whacking your shoulder.
Like this?
Like this. We should definitely use some outtakes. Holding on to the tree. Oh, got my watch stuck in it. Find yourself a tree with a nice big flat space around it, or even something. And actually, this is much easier than you might think. Sort of. Now I can't actually think of any use for this one, but this is what we call the nollie. So it's the opposite to a bunny hop where you go front wheel then back wheel. You now go back wheel then front wheel. They can actually look pretty cool off drops and jumps and stuff. So just try and think in opposite terms to the bunny hop and try and get your weight up and forward to lift the back wheel, and then try and pull your arm to lift up the front wheel. You've really got to throw your hips around to do this. And I'm actually scooping back and against my pedals to lift the rear wheel first, like this. Then finishing off with that front wheel lift. Let's try it off a drop. So that is a super simple, fun how to get yourself out in the woods. You're sure to learn something cool. If you want to see another fun video, click up there for 6 hardtail mistakes from Blake and can fat bikes ride street. Down there, give us a thumbs up and hit that sub button. Right, I'm off to do some wheelies.